I love in Mark Cuban's book, How to Win at the Sport of Business. He talks about his business strategy when he started his first company, Your Business Software. And I love this. The strategy was RTFM. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Tony R. Sanders, and you are watching The Happy Meter. This channel is all about helping working professionals work happy so that you can live happy. And in today's video, we're going to talk about how you can make more money. Yes, more money doing the thing that you love. This is very important, especially to me as I look back over my career. A lot of people stop going after what they love or what they think they might love because they don't think they can make enough money in that thing. And I will tell you 100 different ways that that's not true. Especially in the internet age, that's really, really not true. But we're gonna stick to how to do it at work. Let's say you have a job, you wanna make more money, you wanna move up in the ranks. There's a way to do it. I'm gonna give you 3 ways that you can focus on today immediately to make more money doing what you love. Ready? Let's get into number 1. Okay, the number 1 way, and this is the way that I did it and still do it to this day, upskilling. If you look up the word upskilling, you'll see 2 different definitions. The first definition is where an organization takes an employee and they put them through different trainings or different levels of education to make them more advanced in their skills. Now, that should happen, but this channel exists because I know that that's not happening at your workplace, at least not in a way that's going to be most beneficial to you. The second definition is the one I want to focus on. This is when you take your learning and development into your own hands and you educate yourself to advance your skills. That's what I want to talk about. When it comes to upskilling, you have to take your learning and development into your own hands. I love in Mark Cuban's book, How to Win at the Sport of Business. He talks about his business strategy when he started his first company, Your Business Software. And I love this. The strategy was RTFM. You know what that means? Pause the video, drop a comment, let me know if you know what that means before I tell you. Did you do it? Okay, listen, RTFM means read the freaking manual. That was it. That was his entire business strategy. RTFM, read the freaking manual. He was so surprised when he went to talk to people about the computers they had or the software that they had, how many of them didn't read the manual. How many of them didn't take the time to educate themselves? Even some of his competitors, even other businesses that did the same thing that he did, they didn't read the freaking manual. And so think about that and apply it to your career. What are some things that you could be doing to educate yourself, to upskill, to advance your skills that maybe other people aren't doing? How many times do you stop and actually read the study, not just the headline of the article? How many times do you actually go into the research data? Are you going to that industry meeting to help further your knowledge and advance your career skills? Think about that. RTFM, read the freaking manual, learn how to upskill. That's the number 1 way you can make more money. As you advance your skills, you start to become more valuable to the organization. As you become more valuable to the organization, and by the way, more valuable on the open market, you can demand more money, whether it be from that organization or a different one. So number 1, you have to learn how to upskill. Now, there's a couple different ways to upskill, and I want to jump into a few of them right now. Number 1, you can take a course, whether that course is an in-person course at a university or a college or a school near you, a community center. Sometimes they offer live courses, or whether it's an online course. Jump into a platform or a system or an environment that will allow you to educate yourself. Hopefully it's self-paced, right? But even if it's not, show up every Monday and Tuesday and learn how to be a better marketing director, learn how to be a better accountant. Whatever it is, you can upskill by taking a course. Another way you can upskill is by starting a business. When it comes to upskilling, a side hustle could be your best friend. One of the difficulties of working in corporate America when you want to learn something new is that you don't always have freedom to have opportunity and to run your own strategy. Think about that for a second. If you want to run a marketing campaign, but Marsha in marketing doesn't want to give it up, unless you push Marsha over the edge, you're never going to get that opportunity. But if you start a side hustle where you're doing marketing for small businesses or for personal brands or whatever the case may be, now you've created your own opportunities, your own at-bats, and you can start learning. Maybe you don't like marketing as much as you thought you did. Maybe you do love running ad campaigns and you learn that you have this incredible gift And now you can bring that evidence back to the business and say, hey, look what I've done out here. Now, you need to be careful. There are some industries that are regulated that won't allow you to start a side business in the same discipline that you're already working in. Maybe you signed a non-compete or something like that. But outside of those situations, a side hustle could be your very best friend when it comes to upskilling, because you get unlimited amounts of opportunity and unlimited amounts of freedom to go and learn the skills that you want to apply at your day job. So start a side hustle. And then last but not least, when it comes to upskilling, find a mentor. Listen, some of the best mentors I've ever had in my life were online. I never met them in person. I watched their YouTube videos. I read their books. I went to their classes and their seminars. That's an option too. Downloading an Audible account and listening to every book that that person made or anyone made on the topic that you want to grow in is a great way. That's mentorship in 2022. You could also find a local mentor. Maybe there is a business person that you know in your community or your neighborhood or maybe close by that you guys can meet for coffee. Make sure you put structure to that relationship, but that's a great opportunity. The last one I want to talk to you about is being an apprentice. This is what I consider myself now. Maybe you actually go and work for the person that has the results or the behaviors or the lifestyle or the type of job or career that you want to have, and you go work under them for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. Learn how they actually operate. That's better than a book, a webinar, a podcast, or even meeting for coffee on Saturdays. You actually go and be an apprentice under that person. That will help you upskill quick and fast. Okay, number 2, you need to specialize, because specialists make more money than generalists. Anytime you have a specific problem you want to solve, whether it's in your house or at your business, at church, wherever it may be, you'd rather hire the specialist. You'd even pay more for the specialist. Someone says that, hey, I do that exact thing every day. A lot of times early in our careers, we start out as generalists because we don't really know what we want to do. So we just do marketing or we just do HR. Let's take that example. You just do HR. You start out as an HR generalist, kind of an entry-level role. That's perfectly fine because you get to dibble and dabble in all things HR. But eventually, you want to narrow your focus and specialize in something because specialists get paid more money. So maybe once you get under the HR umbrella, you realize, I really like training and talent development and learning development, so I go that path. Or I really like compensation and benefits, so I start to specialize in that. Or, I really like digging into the labor laws and HR relations issues and that type of thing, so I dig deeper into that. Either way, you need to figure out what you're going to specialize in and figure out what you want to be known for. When people think of the name Katie Jones, they want to say, okay, Katie Jones is the expert in this. When people think of the name of Pam Smith, they want to say, okay, Pam Smith is an expert in this. When people think of the name Tony James, I'm just saying enough names, so if you're watching this video, maybe I said your name. If they say Tony Smith, Gary, that's Tony Smith is the best electrician this side of the Mississippi. Whatever, right? But find something to specialize in. Okay, and then the third way to make more money doing what you love is to learn how to lead and run strategy. Listen, a lot of us go to work and we do work every day without ever understanding the strategy behind the work that we're doing. Yes, you may think that you're doing it because it just needs to be done, or yes, someone has to do it, or it's really cool, or it's really fun, or this is some harebrained idea that someone at corporate came up with and now you just got to go do it. Maybe that's the case, but maybe there's a strategy behind what you're actually doing. If your company is doing different types of events, start to learn the strategy behind that work. Why do we have an all company meeting? Why do we have quarterly business updates, quarterly business reviews? Start to figure out the strategy behind it so then you can elevate yourself from being the person who executes the strategy to being the person who formulates the strategy. Again, with that bump, there's a pay raise and you can start to make more money. So if you think about the things that you do on a daily basis or the things that you talk to your leader about when you guys meet in your one-to-ones, the projects that you have running this quarter, if you don't understand the strategy behind that work, that's where you can dig in. That's where you can start to say, hey, just so I can learn, tell me why we do this project or why did we do it that way, and have them open up a little bit of the business strategy behind that. You want to kind of go in this order, right? And if you jump around a bit, that's fine, but you want to learn how to lead projects. That's where you normally start as an individual contributor. I have these projects that I'm responsible for, and now I know how to lead these projects well to get them across the finish line and get them done. Once you learn how to lead projects, focus on how to lead people. Okay, I know how to get my projects done, but how do I drive results through others? How do I take this person, and that person and team them up to go deliver the project while I'm figuring out some other strategy over here? Then you want to learn how to lead business units. Okay, now I'm not only leading projects and leading people, but I'm leading people who lead people and lead projects, if you can follow that talk right there. So once you get to that level, now you are, the CMO or the CRO or CPO, or maybe you're the head of this department or head of that department. But with each level you rise to, you get a bump in pay. Now, I know a lot of you guys are thinking, well, they asked me to take on more responsibilities and start doing some of the strategic work and I didn't get more money. I get that. Maybe that's a conversation you need to have with your boss, or maybe that's a conversation you need to have with yourself about not working at that place anymore. It's really just that simple. So if you could think about those 3 ways that you can implement starting today, pick one. Maybe you're already a certain level and you want to go to the next level. Pick one. Maybe I'm going to spend an hour today upskilling. I'm going to attend that webinar that I've been putting off. I'm going to go to that meeting that I've been, avoiding for whatever reason. I'm going to sign up for that course. After you figure out what you're going to do upskilling wise, then you want to go and say, okay, what is my specialty? Do I specialize in something? What do people know me for? Maybe I need to speak more loudly and more clearly about that so I can become a specialist and a go-to person for that thing. And then lastly, you want to say, okay, I know how I'm upskilling today. I know what my specialty is. Let me see if I can learn the strategy and lead. If I can lead and learn the strategy, that's going to put the icing on the cake, and that's going to help you work happy, which is going to result in you living happy. Listen, if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. That helps let the YouTube algorithm know, hey, this was good content and I really enjoyed it. Also, drop a comment. What other ways are you making sure that you're going to make more money in 2022 than you did in 2021? Maybe I missed it. Maybe it was more than 1 to 3. There's more than 3. I gave you 3. I want to hear from you. What are some ways you can make more money doing the things that you love? Till next time, peace.